tell you to put your earplugs in. When we start to go fast, I absolutely must have everybody sitting down. Hands, feet in the boat, sit down while we go fast. Those are the only 2 rules you really need to follow. A couple suggestions though: no swimming, no petting the alligators, no pushing your friends or family out of the boat. There we go, we got a couple. Alright, now this one's going to be kind of hard to find. You're going to want to stand up for this. It is kind of blending in.
Mira, aquí hay un cocodrilo.
I don't know, does anybody see?
Yeah, he's right here.
Aquí está, aquí a la derecha. Ahí.
Blending in, right?
Sí, aquí está. Dobby, sin acercarte. Ahí está, ¿lo ves?
You guys want to stand up on the seats to see things a little better? Go ahead.
No, saque
Stay
la
inside the boat,
mano.
that's all.
Dobby, la mano adentro. Adentro, dije.
Yes, every animal out here is going to be an alligator.
Mira, mira.
It really depends.
Mira.
The main difference between an alligator and a crocodile depends on when you see them. If you see them later, it'll be an alligator. If you see it after a while, it's a crocodile. Over on the left, behind some trees, is the great blue heron.
Okay.
Largest bird in the Everglades with a wingspan of about 6 feet long. Hey Willie, how you doing?
Cocodrilo.
That is a male alligator. It's one of the larger ones here in the park. That one right there is male, yes. Now this alligator right here can swim about 20 miles an hour. They can run about 12 miles an hour. They can hold their breath underwater for up to 4 hours.
Wow.
These alligators, they are about 80% muscle, just like me. That bird's known as an anhinga.
Mira, mira el
Talking about
pájaro.
you.
¿Ve el pájaro? Ahí en la rama.
That bird swims around most of the day, looking for fish. It'll eat about 2 to 3 times its body weight in fish every day. It's got webbed feet, it has oily feathers, lets it swim very quickly. It uses its sharp beak as a spear. It'll catch a fish, bring it up on land, and
Cocodrilo.
Doesn't the alligator eat it?
if it gets close enough, yes.
The alligator seems to be always sitting down docile, not doing much. You're saying it's all muscle. When do they
During
do
the
the
daytime, that's
exercise?
what they do. They want to sleep, they want to get as much energy as possible, because at night, that's when they go hunting, that's when they eat. During the daytime, they sit around, sleep, they get warm. At night, that's when they're more active. They're nocturnal animals, just like owls. If you guys would like to stand up, take pictures, take your earplugs out, you guys can do so. If you do take your earplugs out, please hold on to them. Throw them away when we get back. We are going to be going slow, so if you don't have to worry about sitting down pretty much until we get back to the dock. I do have to turn the boat on every now and then just to make sure we keep going straight. And so we are in the Everglades, but you guys know that that's kind of why you're here. We're in a section of the Everglades known as the River of Grass. It is the slowest flowing river in the world. It travels all the way from Lake Okeechobee, and it goes all the way down south until it empties out into the ocean. The water that surrounds us here is fresh water. Where it empties out into the ocean, that's salt water. The area in between where they mix a little bit is known as brackish water. That brackish water is the only area in the world that has both alligators and crocodiles. In Florida, we have about 1.2 million. Out here in the Everglades, not sure, but the average is about 13 alligators per square mile. One male, he owns the territory of the entire mile. Females, they each own a section of about 500 feet. So one male, 12 females per area. Don't worry, the females pretty much run everything. Speaking of female alligators, there's our showgirl over on the right-hand side. Coming up in the grass right there, that is Jumper. She's one of our more notorious alligators. Her name's Jumper for the same reason my name's Gator. One year she brought a bunch of her babies up to the boat. Some customers decided it was a good idea to try and grab them. They did get a hold of one. The babies made the help me noise. And mother ended up in the boat.
Oh wow.
So we had to get her out.
How many babies do they have?
Will hatch. So let's say on average about 12 hatch out of that whole group. Of those 12, very few will end up making it to adulthood. Maybe 4 or 5 at most. A lot of things out here want to eat baby alligator. That large bird we saw, snapping turtles, fish, people, everything wants to eat an everything.
And they're looked after here so that they don't get eaten.
No, they are protected to a point where humans, we don't try to interact with them. So there's alligator swims up to the boat. All we can do is look and wave. We can't try and pet it, we can't feed it. It brings her babies, we can't protect the babies. We're supposed to let everything out here be as natural as possible.
And how long do they live?
Now they lay the eggs in a mound, and the mound of grass or weeds or whatever they use to build it will keep the eggs warm. Depending on the temperatures that the eggs incubate at, that will determine the genders that they are when they're born. Above 89 degrees Fahrenheit, all male. Below 86, all female. They incubate for about 94 days, and then they hatch. And then baby alligators will stay with their mothers for about 2 years. Growing about 1 foot every year for the first 5 to 6 years of their lives. Once they reach 2 years old, they're about 2 feet long, big enough to leave mom. Then they go off, find their own little spots, and then they keep growing. 5 to 6 feet is the average. That's when they stop growing, sort of. Males will continue to grow an additional inch each year. Females grow about 1 centimeter each year.
When do they want their own territory then? 12 miles.
As soon as they can defend it. Females won't allow another female to enter her territory. Male will not allow another male to enter his territory. If big male is swimming around and he sees baby male alligators, he'll either chase them off or try to get them.
Well, hello everyone. I'd like to welcome you all here. My name's Tom. First little girl we're going to talk about is Esmeralda, an emperor scorpion. Now here's where I take the tickets. Green tickets. Thank you. Who's got the tickets?
Tickets. Thank you. Just a second. I get yelled at if I don't collect these tickets.
Is that real?
Oh, she's real.
Oh yeah, it's moving.
See, I'm going to make sure I get all these tickets. Now we have 2 different species of scorpions in Florida. Esmeralda comes from Africa. I like her because we can handle her. You see, this way, you guys get to see a scorpion up close and personal. And you notice she's fully equipped. See, she's got this right here. That's full of venom. Very sharp point that they inject with. Stay away from the pointy part.
How come it's not injecting you?
She's a professional.
It's a toad.
Ophomorinus. Now you're not going to get warts from handling frogs and toads. But something toads have that frogs don't are the bumps on the neck. Poison. Dog eats a toad, makes a dog sick, teaches the dog, don't eat any more toads. These will kill a dog or cat. They're all over Miami. They don't come from here. They come from South America. 1 crate fell off at the airport, 1955. From that 1 crate, all these toads in Miami. The only one you'll see, they've eaten up all our native toads. It's the same as the cane toad in Australia. You see the bugs in the sugarcane fields. Now they've taken over the place.
So that's the same toad as this one?
Yep.
Same right. Wow.
Exact same toad, cane toad. Now, a difference between a frog and a toad. A toad will turn into a prince if you kiss him. Either come from alligator farms, where they're raised for meat and leather, or like these guys, which are known as nuisance alligators, and had to be removed from the wild because they're going after people. Why are they going after people? You see, if you feed an alligator in the wild, they lose their fear of man, associate man with food. Eventually, man becomes food. Every year, over 1,600 alligators are killed because people feed them. Now, it's not so much the guy who feeds the alligator. It's the one who walks by 2 weeks later when they're hungry again. And if you read the paper, last year they ate a lady. 2 arms were taken out of the stomach of this alligator. Not feed alligators in the wild. Hey guys, who wants it? Now these guys only eat about every 2 weeks in the summer, every 2 months in the winter. They do not eat every day. And when they do eat, they only eat about 5 pounds of meat. 2 kilos, kind of like a snake. So what I'm doing today, I'm just giving these guys a couple bits and pieces, trying to stretch it out. Now, all reptiles are cold-blooded, meaning they have to sit in the sun. Hey guys, how you doing? Meaning they have to sit in the sun to get warm. They need to be at least 84 degrees Fahrenheit to digest food. Too cold and they eat something, it rots in their stomach. These guys, all the bumps on their back, each has a bone in a blood vessel. They act like solar panels helping to heat up the body. Now, the question I get all the time, why aren't these guys trying to eat me? Why don't they go after me? I'll tell you my secret. You see, I went camping last summer with an old Indian chief. He brought me to these ancient ruins in Central Florida. There, I got one of these, an Osceola stone. Now, the forces of nature get focused into one of these stones. And as long as you have one of these stones in your possession, no animal will ever hurt you. You gotta figure, these are extremely difficult to acquire. If anybody wants to find one, just pick one up from the rock pile over there. That's where I got this one. If you want to test it out, we'll let you walk inside here. If they don't rip you apart, you have a good stone. Takes about 3 times to find a good one. Peter. Now, an alligator has 80 teeth. Lose a tooth, they grow it back in 2 to 3 weeks. They go through about 3,000 teeth in their lifetime. Look down their throat? You can't. The tongue is like a veil, so they can bite, chew, kill underwater, and not drown. Ouch. Now when they walk along, it's a plenty gait. Opposite legs move at the same time. Kind of crisscross on the body. Alligators are also one of those few animals. They can walk upright on all 4, stretch out of all four. Most mammals, dog, cat, sheep, pig, goat, horse, deer, cow, can't stick their arms out to the side. But Jaws. This little guy is gonna grow to 18 feet, 6 meters. World record, 19 feet, 2 inches. Black line to the end of the world. Take him 40 years. Now they come from an egg the size of a chicken egg. They turn out to be a forward normal, depends what temperature was incubated. Keep the eggs above 89 degrees Fahrenheit, all male. Below 84 degrees Fahrenheit, they'll all be female. A lot of people feel that's one of the theories on the demise of the dinosaurs. Thinking on global climate change, all the eggs came out one sex, hence they could reproduce. It's the same for turtles and tortoises. Temperature, not chromosome, determines gender. Okay. Do you guys like snakes?
Yes.
You like snakes?
Yes.
You don't like snakes?
Very big snakes.
Little one.
Man, why did you sit in the snake seat?
I didn't know that.
Now you chose that seat, your own free will.
Yes.
And I don't have any.
Oh, phew.
No snakes. Just alligators. Larry, 3 years old.
Hi, Larry.
We actually have 27 Larrys. Nose, eyes, ears, top of that. They can be almost totally underwater hiding. Still smell, see, hear everything. Larry's brain, size of a pea. 8-foot alligator, smaller than a quarter. You've never seen an alligator playing. You've never seen an alligator curious. If they're checking something out, it's to eat it. Now, a lot of people say if an alligator's chasing you to run zigzag, they would catch you before you make your first zig. It's deceiving. They're very fast. Lightning bolt out of the water. Oops. They catch deer, they catch birds, they would catch you.
Ooh. Don't catch you. You got the stone.
Again, the power of the stone. Yeah, these work on tigers and lions too. Try it. Try
Got
it.
them.
Make sure someone's filming. Don't touch anything. Not many you touch. Now, Larry does like finger food. This is so you can't make any snap decisions. Now you can hold them. Well, I hope you learned a little bit about the alligator today. But to truly get that Everglades experience, you have to hold an alligator. Then we have Larry available. Phenomenal. $3 donation per person. And again, this is how we support ourselves. If you enjoyed the show, please. Now, photos are under the chickie, exits the far corner. And again, thanks.
Thank you.
Is it really dangerous?
For me,
Because you have the stone?
correct.
But how many months was the baby one? 3 months.
3 months. Oh, 3 years.
Grows very quickly.
I do have to start here.
Yes, of course. So, what's it called, this alligator?
Bubbles.
Bubbles,
Name's
and
Bubbles, yeah.
and how old is it?
Alligator. 3 years old.
3 years.
Yep.
Also 3 months.
First 6, 7 years. Male grows the entire life.
All right. Very quiet one, isn't it? It's saying much. Breathing.